Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, the podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. And for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500. Mr. Bountiful Harvest. Rumor has it, he doesn't live in a gated community, but his community does have a gate. Now, he's a man of many names, but you can call him Jonny.
Man, I think the Pacers are probably going to have to pull off one more sacrifice to get this thing done.
We need you, Pascal. We need you. The Voodoo Man. And as a special guest today, we have a former fantasy football champion, Philadelphia Eagles fan, and Couch Coach's resident Thunder fan, Caleb Phillips, who undoubtedly was on the edge of his seat most of the game, but can rest easy knowing his team has reclaimed home court advantage.
Yeah. I have no idea how we won that game, man. No idea how we won, but it's 2-2. I mean, obviously, once we split at home, I just was hoping 2-2. We go back. Now it's a 3-game series, and we're home. We're home for 2 of them. So win game 5 and then go from there. Maybe we can get it done. I don't know. We'll see. It's been interesting.
Listen,
we'll get into it, though.
If you lose out on the road, win out at home, you win the series, right? So that's all you need, that home field and home court advantage.
Yeah.
And for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Coogii. Now let's get into it, guys. Game 4. Oklahoma City Thunder won 111-104. So we all know what's surprising, dominated by the Pacers most of the game. Pascal played well. Halliburton was pretty aggressive early. Both teams scoring high early. Thought it'd be a much higher scoring game. They both cooled off a little bit, third and the fourth. But the Thunder, guys, complete the comeback. They pull a Pacers. 2-2. What are your guys' thoughts on the game tonight? We'll start with Caleb. We'll let the Thunder fan go first.
Yeah, I mean, I think about maybe not halfway through the fourth quarter, but right before they turned it around, I was like Shea's got to give us more. It wasn't even like it's tough on offense, and that's that's part of being in the finals. Like, it's not going to be easy to score, even if you're the MVP. But I thought he wasn't giving us great effort on every defensive possession, and there were some lapses, and I thought, he's holding too much on offense, and then what do you know? The MVP does what the MVP does and scores 3 straight possessions, gives them a lead, and then they're able to hold it down the stretch. The defense finally showed up in Indiana. It did not for the first 7 quarters, I would say, in Indiana. Yeah. Showed up at the end of the fourth, so that was huge. And somehow we made 3 threes and won. Free throws were obviously a big story, and I think that's the way you can win with only making 3 threes. But if you told me that going into the game, I probably wouldn't have watched if I knew we were going to make 3 threes. And I really can't believe we won. I said that right when we hopped on. I don't know how we won the game, but we did. And that's what you got to do on the road. I mean, that's what Indy did in game 1. I mean, it wasn't as dramatic, I think, for OKC in this game. But, you got to find a way to run on the road no matter what. And they did that tonight. So now, go back home, chance to, win with home field the rest of the way.
I know you were a little nervous when you saw a shot on the ground. Tell me, how'd you feel then, the ankle?
I mean, Chet always goes down hard, and those bones, they move a little different. Honestly, I Chet's been big, I think, the last 2 games, but that's I think something we could, work around. I would say he's probably 4th right now in terms of importance. I would say Shea, J-Dub, and I put Caruso. I thought Caruso was the best player on the team until Shea took over. And J-Dub played great too, but Caruso just made so many winning plays. I mean, 5 steals. 20 points off the bench in 30 minutes. Like, just huge minutes. And there are some points in that game where I felt like OKC wasn't given, like, Indiana was out hustling us. Like I think for the first 7 quarters in Indiana, and Caruso was the only one that wasn't getting out hustled. Like, he was the one that I think he just kept us in the game in a lot of different situations. So, like, that's a guy, like, I mean, that's an NBA champion. They said a couple times in the broadcast. That's what NBA champions do. They know how to win in these situations, and he was huge for them. So I think, obviously, if Chet went down, it would not be good, but I would rank him behind those 3 right now in terms of importance in these last 3 games of this series potentially.
Yeah, it seems like Caruso and McConnell. That's like the interesting battle. Yeah, like 2 6'2" white men point guards that are just kind of like been on multiple teams.
McConnell wishes he was Caruso, though. But McConnell, I mean, that he would do anything to be Alex Caruso.
To be Caruso? Why?
Yeah,
to be
because Caruso is
6'4".
TJ McConnell, but better at everything.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
are we talking about here? And with a ring. Like,
yeah.
That's true. Maybe have 2 soon.
TJ McConnell with a little bit of swag, too. I mean, really, it's everything. I'll tell you,
Johnny?
I had a thought this morning, knowing the game was tonight. We were recording this, and I went, you know what the crux of this series is? I can boil it down to pretty much one sentence. If the Pacers win total is ever the number 3, they will win the series. If they ever have 3 wins in this series, they will win it all. And they'll hoist the Larry O'Brien.
So
go ahead.
Hypothetical. So if they go down 3-2 in Game 5, and then they win Game 6 at home, you got to win in Game 7 on the road.
They'll win Game 7.
Ooh,
I think the Thunder have to end it in 6. If the Pacers get to 3 wins, they will get to 4. That's how I've been feeling.
If OKC wins Game 5, I honestly don't think they're going to show up for Game 6. Like, if you watch that Denver series, like, they won Game 5, and they were, like, there the first quarter, but Denver obviously just came out with more juice. And, like, there was just a point in that game where they're like, it's fine. Like, we're going to win Game 7. And obviously they did. It was a similar thing in Game 3 in Minnesota where they just went down, like, 10 early, and they're like, yeah, whatever. We're going to win the next 2. So, like, I would not be surprised if that's how it turns out. So I think, Game 5 at the end of the day is huge for either team. I think, the stat is obviously whoever wins Game 5 has the vast majority of series wins. So it's huge for both teams, but I think, like, OKC is the team that needs it more because they just are a different team on the road. Like, they look so different because they dominated those first 2 games for 90 minutes, like maybe more. And then on the road, like, all of a sudden it's just back and forth for 48, or Indiana was controlling a lot of this game, especially in the second half. So it's just pretty weird to, like, watch OKC just be kind of a different team on the road. But so thank God we're going back to Oklahoma City for Game 5.
The Pacers, just the way they play, I don't know what it is. They get in your head so bad after, like, as the series goes on. And, like, there are just moments where, like, the mental toughness it takes to come back from them. I think, like, the lowest where you guys were down 13 maybe at one point.
It was 10 was the biggest, yeah.
Was it 10? Okay, I thought there was a bigger one at one point. But to even come back at all from down against the Pacers, because it gets in your head so bad, you're like, it's not possible. They're just going to, if we miss one shot, they're going to get that transition bucket.
Just run.
And
and
they wear you down. It's so evil how they play. And I keep thinking to myself,
threes too. Like, they hit maybe like 3 threes all game.
Yeah, 3 threes for OKC.
That's
hard to beat.
That's an obscene stat.
It's absurd.
If the Pacers if they've done all of this all the way up to here and don't win the finals, it'll just be such a gut punch. Like, as much as people could be like, well, but what a season it was, though. It was really still impressive. I'd be like, I guess, but like this, you've just done all of this miraculous stuff this far into it. It would be like if Jaden Daniels made it to the Super Bowl last year and lost to Patrick Mahomes.
He'd be like, shit.
Like he did all this miraculous stuff just to blow it in the big game. Like, man. So
it'd be tough for both for sure. OKC obviously just how heavily they're favored going into this series.
Yeah.
Like
right, and then the West obviously is going to be tough.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I think, no one's going to want to hear that, but Indiana, you look at the East next year and you're like, okay, like we don't even have to be that good. But like OKC, you're like, well, now Luka and LeBron are probably going to get a better fit for a team. Like Denver's obviously really, really good, and Houston's getting better. I mean, there's so many teams. Spurs, like the West is just a gauntlet. So like it lined up very well for OKC this year. Like Memphis, Denver, Minnesota was definitely one of the better turnouts in terms of pathway for them.
Yeah.
So like I think both teams, it's like this, everything lined up. So now it's just going to suck for whoever loses. I mean, obviously it sucks for whoever loses whenever, but like I'm maybe not like, but like it's different for like Dallas. Like last year, I don't think Dallas would have been as gut punched as either Indy or OKC would be, because Dallas all of a sudden they just kind of put it together and then they lose in 5. And it's like, all right, well, they weren't ready to be there anyway. And then then Dallas did what Dallas did. But that's a different podcast.
Dallas, I feel like was just winning good games, whereas like Indy, it's just been truly a magical run. Even though I'm like angry with them, I'm still pissed at them. But from an objective point, it's just been a magical run.
Yeah,
it's been people throw around the term team of destiny all the time. Like this would be one of the few if they could actually do it. So we're gonna see. You know what I heard the other day, because people have been talking about like, who has finals experience. I just saw someone talking about this, and it's kind of funny, is that Thomas Bryant has a ring.
Yeah.
I guess he was like deep on like the Denver roster when they won it. Just quietly has a ring.
Funny you say that. Did you know since 2013, there's been a former Wizards player in the finals every year?
That was how I found out about this.
One of them.
Yeah.
Right. That was how I found out about it. Was that Thomas Bryant is of that fraternity. Just very funny.
Actually, another random shit. Since 2014, 2015, there's been an Arizona University player in the finals every single year.
So there's a couple of them.
Man, Arizona and Washington, man. If you want to win a finals, go to a finals, go there first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, Bryant didn't even play today, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's very weird when they how they choose to give him minutes.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
Especially because OKC went back, and maybe it's because OKC went to the double big. I mean, Hardenstein only played 21 minutes, but I obviously don't have the numbers how much they played. It didn't feel like they did it a lot, but they did it a little bit down the stretch, I want to say. No, they didn't too much actually. But
they need Hartenstein, honestly.
But you could see what it did for them offensively. It just gave him someone else to direct traffic up top when you just can't give the ball to Shea because he's getting pressured so much. It takes a little bit of pressure off J-Dub, but then you can kind of see what happens to them. Then you have, Hartenstein's great as a facilitator, and he's got that one floater, that he can make at 8 to 10 feet. But obviously, the offensive game is extremely limited, so it does clog things up a little bit, and defensively, they can't switch everything. And that's why they did. And Wallace hasn't played well enough, I think, for them to start. The only thing I think, and they'll try, I think if they go to Game 7, maybe they'll even do it Game 5. Or if they lose Game 5, they might try Game 6. I think Caruso is going to start at some point, and they're just going to run that lineup for like 20. I don't even know. I mean, what a 5-man lineup a long minute count is, but they're all going to play 35 minutes. Because Caruso played 30 off the bench tonight.
He's so aggressive at the perimeter that it's just invaluable. I feel like at a certain point you do have to just disrupt those passing lanes and make people uncomfortable at the top.
And then they can just switch everything, and that was the problem with Hardenstein. You can't switch everything. That was, I think, the game plan with Wallace. Is now we can switch everything. And obviously, you're going to get the situations where Wallace or Dort's on a big, but they're physical enough to usually give them a chance, and their help is usually good. But they've kind of figured that out. They move the ball so quickly, and I think that's part of the reason they struggled to guard him for a lot of the his first 7 quarters in Indiana is they just move the ball so quickly, so they can't get up in them like they're used to. If you're getting set in a half court, they can get up in you and they can really dig in defensively. But if you're zipping the ball around, it's not even just getting it out quickly. It's how quickly they move it around the perimeter, and it's 5 out. There's a lot of space to run with. That's what makes it tough, I think, for OKC's defense. So I'll be interested to see how they kind of tackle that aspect of it, going forward.
Yeah, I'll say I said this last one. My final point is that I said this last pod, but I gotta reiterate as a Knicks fan, I really do miss Hartenstein, the bright skinned behemoth.
Bright skinned behemoth.
The bright skinned behemoth.
Is that just your nickname?
I call him that because you know how he calls himself bright skin.
I did.
You know this? Well, because Hartenstein has a black dad.
Does he actually?
Yeah. Look up a photo of Isaiah Hartenstein's parents. He has a black father. You would just never know. He calls himself bright skin.
Is he light skin or is he like?
Nah, because light skin's for black people. So
I'm saying his father. Like, is he?
His father not like super light skin.
Nah,
he's like very.
If you're white and you claim black, your dad's got to be dark as fuck.
No, he's not. Yeah,
he looks very white.
No, he's right. That's why he calls himself bright skinned because he's he has a black dad. His dad's not dark, but I wouldn't say he's not like light skinned like Drake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
that's kind of wild.
In which way? Skin color or personality?
I didn't even know.
But I don't know his dad personally, so I couldn't tell you.
I never knew Derek Jeter was half black either. So. But you can see it when someone tells you, like Hardenstein, I can't even see it.
Listen,
no, you can't see
anyone that's ever been good at sports ever, I'm sure you'll find someone black in their family tree.
Just extended family or direct.
You're like, listen, you're white, but your great-great-great-grandfather, he liked white women. He couldn't help it.
Gotta refocus my camera.
Damn, Johnny.
My camera unfocused.
You out here looking like me in the mirror after I get out the shower.
That's crazy. I really do. I can't believe it just unfocused so hard.
How does it do that? Yeah.
I think it's just because I'm positioned
Wi-Fi.
weirdly. It's not. It's the webcam. It's not the Wi-Fi.
My bad. He got the webcam from Spirit too.
I did. Well, I got it from Sky Mall.
Yeah, exactly. Subsidiary of Spirit.
There we go.
We're back.
That was wild.
Yeah, it happens.
But yeah, they needed Hartenstein, in my opinion, because I'm looking at Chet, and I know this was a big concern coming into the league for Chet, I love Chet. I honestly think if we're looking at the best, highest potential out of all the players in that team, I think Chet has the highest potential. I think Chet could be better than Shea if he reaches his peak.
Talking about Mr. Oxtail?
Yeah, that's what they're calling the man. Yeah,
Mr. Oxtail. Oxtail Chet.
Man, you said nicknames sucked, but they got all these nicknames I never heard of now.
Well, that's another one I just call him because you've seen his thing where they interview the whole team, and they're like, "What do you?" They interview the whole team, and they go, "Who? What are you doing? Are you doing a monkey sound?"
No,
he's barking.
He's
barking.
He's barking.
First of all, that's racist. Second of all,
that was a bad bark. That was a terrible bark.
It was a bad bark. As an
what
OKC fan, I knew what you were doing.
Sorry, I was a mixture between a monkey and an owl.
But they interview the whole team. And they ask them what their favorite Thanksgiving dish is, and everyone on the team is like turkey, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and they go to Chet Holmgren, who is from a white family and went to a private school, and his answer is oxtails, greens, cornbread, ribs.
No, he looks like he has some Puerto Rican in him, though.
What?
He's very white.
He looks like he has some Puerto Rican in him.
No, he is as white, bro. He's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
He paid $30,000 for high school.
No black people have ever been born in Minnesota.
They're
not in the Holmgren family.
Not in the Holmgren family. That's a perfect way to put it. That's why I say, bro, you're trying too hard. You have never eaten oxtails at fucking Thanksgiving, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know that's not a white thing because I've never heard of it until he mentioned
Oxtails is a Jamaican dish.
I've never had
crazy.
them. I wanted to try them, but the places nearby, they be their reviews not be looking so good. So they don't be looking so good, man. But anyway, listen. Here's the thing. With Chet, one of the concerns was his size, right? Obviously, he's a little smaller. I don't know if he can bang down low Miles Turner and Pascal. Yeah. So, like, they need Hartenstein to be able to bang down low, I think. Yeah. Like, Chet's going to get his, except for game 1, but he's going to get his more often than not. But I just don't know if four quarters he's banging with those guys. And another note, while we're talking about the big men, if I see Miles Turner shoot another fucking top of the key 3 that bounces off the rim or air balls, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Bro, he's having his way down low, and this dude just every 3 shots will shoot it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll give it to him. Games 1 through 3, he was making some of them shits. Playoffs, first 3 rounds, he was making some of them shits. But listen, I watched.
He guarded Cat for too long. He's just doing Cat.
I was watching. I don't think he made a single 3-point shot that I watched him shoot tonight. Every single one was clunk off the rim, air ball off the backboard, off the rim. Man shot it like he was like he was trying to dunk off the backboard from the 3-point line. Like I was like, bro, go to the paint, my nigga. Mathurin, great game 3. I mean, 27 points, 9 of 12 shooting, highest bench scoring in a finals game since Jason Terry in 2011. And he completely undid everything that he fucking did in game 3 at the end of game 4. He went 1 for 4 from the free throw line. They would have been down 1 had he made all 3 free throws. And then he did a stupid foul, which they were going to end up fouling anyway, intentionally more than likely. But it was at a point where it wasn't intentional, it was accidental. 2 points right there, cost. I'm just like, bro. And Johnny was talking about a little earlier. He's got a lot of talent. He just some bonehead. It's like Kuminga.
Yeah.
Mathurin is Kuminga. A lot of talent.
Bro's 22 years old. So.
Makes some
he's super young.
He is. He's been in the league like 3 years.
Yeah. 3 years? I thought it was
they were calling him a bust after his first year, and I was like, damn, this dude's like 19.
Crazy. What do you call it? The off the ball shit on the inbounds before the ball was inbound was wild down the stretch. I'm like,
oh my god, the fucking the transition take, is that what that's what it is, right? With the transition take, where you get the free throws and you get the
it's just like anything like off the ball
or clear path or something like that, right? You know what I'm talking about? Where like
it's similar to that, but it's not what it's called. Like it's just like anything like any foul like that's not in play, and that like
it's like off the ball.
Yeah, it's just one free throw. But like just the fact
that's crazy.
Like it was insane. Like, and they're like mad about it. My bro like was grabbing his wrist, and they're like in like the line. They're all like just grabbing each other. I'm like, Jesus, this is crazy. But that's why
the Pacers do get a little over physical sometimes. In the whole Knicks series, I kept being like, if you were playing like this, if you were playing like this in the regular season, like you would be thrown out of the gym. Like you would all get suspended. Like they do get grabby. They reach in a lot, but they just know exactly where the line is, and they're good at dancing up against it. But there is a it's underrated physicality to how they play, especially on the perimeter.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize it. Everyone talks about OKC's defensive, and they're the same thing. And that's why they're so good this year. They just towed that line. I did not realize like Indy had that in them too. And honestly, I think they've done that's been the difference. I think Indy playing good defense is more important for them than, or it's been, I don't know, maybe not more important for them, because OKC. That's why I think they lost, or at least game 3, but like it's been very surprising, like their defensive. I think it's been better than OKC for a lot of stretches in terms of
what's insane.
What I expected anyway.
Indiana's one of the better offensive teams in the league.
Yeah,
their defense isn't bad. It's like I think lower top 10, maybe towards top 15, and then OKC's best defense in the league, and their offense is probably top 5, if not top 10. But in this tonight specifically, but even in this series, it seems like Indiana's defense has been on another level. Both sides. I mean, both sides have been the defense, aside from the first quarter tonight. The first quarter tonight was crazy. Both teams were just scoring. But the defense, I mean, the amount of steals and tip balls and deflections, it's insane. And I was thinking about this a couple of series ago. I feel like when I watch Thunder play, I'm not even watching like basketball. And not because they're not playing what like the traditionalists would call quote unquote basketball, but just like it's so almost like smooth. Like you ever seen like those angles where it's almost like now you're playing 2K and they'll show from like the broadcast view almost like, but it's like the top. It's not the same angle you see when you watch the game, but it's like I don't know. But when I watch them play in the regular angle, it feels like I'm watching it from like a different perspective, like from their flow to their offense and then obviously the defense. But Indiana's really stepped it up. They've really stepped it up defensively. But I mean, tonight specifically, 12-1 run, final 3 minutes, that pretty much sealed the deal. I mean,
well, yeah, and that's the thing. That's when OKC goes on his runs. It's not because their offense is great. It's because they're getting stops defensively or they're forcing turnovers, and that's why I was a little bit worried when they went down 10 because it was 86-76, and like it just felt like Indy's offense wasn't going to stop.
Well, they went on 3 7+ like 7-0 runs, like 3+ of those like throughout the game.
They did them a handful of times, and it's just they just got to stack stops, and then they finally did it down the stretch. So hopefully they found something defensively at the end there that they can take into Game 5. But I mean, I think the next 3 games are just going to be like just absolute like wars. I don't think we're going to get a blowout or a team really controlling it. I mean, Indiana controlled the game, but like they didn't lead by more than 10, and they were so the game was never out of reach.
Right.
So I think it's going to be like a lot of like Game 3 the rest of the way. It just doesn't really seem like it's going to be one team has anything like in the cards that's going to make them pull away unless the team just has like the worst night of the season. So
if you like basketball, like, this is a great series.
Oh my God.
This is such a good series.
Yeah.
No, it
Game
is.
5, Game 6 are going to be insane. And if we get a Game 7,
people almost, because there's 2 small market teams, right? So people will be like, oh, well, we don't get to see the Lakers, we don't get to see the Knicks, we don't get to see shout out Jonny, we don't get to see the Celtics, we don't get to see the Clippers, whatever it may be. But it's like these are 2 fan bases that when their teams are in the finals, say what you want. I know they got Spike Lee and Timothy Chalamet coming through New York, and then in LA they got all these people from all over the place because it's LA. But it doesn't ever get crazy like it does in a small market fan base. I mean, Thunders.
It's a little bit different, yeah.
Pacers.
I could care less about the
selfish, but if you look at like even the Jazz when they're good, and even when they're bad, honestly, like I think how hard the fans go when you're bad is as much of a testament to how hard they go when you're good.
No, when the Jazz are good, the fans they get real crazy. They're calling the other team the N-word. They're going nuts.
I know. Listen,
how do you support them, bro?
If I had a direct line to Ryan Smith,
his favorite player is Karl Malone, and
no,
he couldn't
stop.
Sorry, it wasn't Karl Malone.
He's trying to get me canceled.
He likes the racist team with the pedophile on it.
He's trying to get me canceled. You know what? I'm a Cavs fan now.
Yeah, okay. You did. I would have fully let you do it, even though it would have been lame if you had said, "I'm done. I can't be this fan of this team anymore with the 5th overall pick. We have nowhere to go. I'm being a Cavs fan." I would have let it happen.
Listen, there's 30 teams in the league, and 29 can be happy knowing they didn't have the best odds to get the 1st and got 5th. That's all I'm gonna say. And as far as I'm concerned, they got last because that was the last possible pick. Like if you can only get 1 through 5 and you get 5, like you didn't get 5, you got the last pick you could possibly get. Like.
Maybe we'll get Ace Bailey, man.
My point about the series...
Yeah, if he drops, but even then, it's like, he's one of those... We keep doing this. He's one of those prospects. I want a Cooper Flag prospect. He's one of those prospects that's like a 50-50. He's raw.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Ace, yeah.
Well, I'm saying like Ace Bailey. Like, he could be amazing. He could be as good as Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
But he could also be as good as the dude we got now. So it's like, I don't know.
My point I was making with the series, though, is because I could really care less about, the fan bases as a whole, as far as like, I'll throw a bag of trash at a Pacers fan myself for all I care, but really it's just like, it's objectively great basketball.
Oh, it
Like,
is.
it's really fun basketball to watch. Like, I can't stand the Pacers, but I love how they play. Like, they play really great basketball. And you could say whatever you want about the foul merchant, quote unquote, of it all. I don't think that, because I'm a Knicks fan and I watch Jalen Brunson, and I'm like, look, you know who I would call a foul merchant?
By the way.
Yeah, right. Foul. Well, you're allowed to think that.
I'm allowed to think that. You're right.
The like Trae Young and James Harden, when they were playing, when they were like really at the peak of, I'm gonna jump forward. I'm gonna jump forward into. I'll jump forward into you from a three.
Yeah.
Like, they were so bad about forcing fouls on jump shots specifically.
Yeah.
But then you have Shea, who drives the basketball at the second highest rate in the league, to Giannis.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson, who is also in the top 5 for driving the basketball. And you go, oh, I wonder why they outpaced the league in free throws, because they drive into the paint and they're little.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. It's the only reason. Like, but people don't understand.
Did you say Trae Young?
Fuck Trae Young.
Yeah,
you said back in their prime, like Trae Young's not 25.
I didn't say back in the prime. I meant like back in the. What I meant was like the prime of like when the league would allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Of like the league cracked down on that. They don't allow you.
Trae Young wasn't in the league in like 2020.
We're talking about when.
He was.
We're talking about.
No, he ain't been in the league 5 years. When Luke get drafted?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
was it 2018?
Luke has been in for what, 7 years? So yeah.
All right, 7.
But
my bad.
my point on it though,
Back in your day, Johnny. Back in your
they
day,
changed.
2018.
You're misconstruing what I'm saying. The NBA had to change the rule.
Yeah.
They had to make a new rule about people taking a shot from the three and jumping forward into players to draw a foul because of Trae Young.
Okay.
Like, he was the worst offender of it.
Oh no, I agree.
Like, so I'm saying, like, that's a foul merchant. I don't think that a point guard who drives into the paint, 20, 30 times a game, getting fouled a lot, is a foul merchant. I think that's just a physical point guard.
No,
like,
100%. Listen, I want the Pacers to win for one reason, and I did this when the Halliburton hit that game winner shot, and I play it every time they do something crazy. You know how we talked about Johnny what the hell? Yeah. we call it so. What? I'm so mad. I'm gonna sue Sports Center.
Why?
Because I've been saying what the Halliburton for like 2 months, and these niggas posted a post and it said what the Halliburton, and I was like, these motherfuckers gonna.
It's from a song,
bro. You don't know this song?
No, I know the song. I'm the only one, but I'm the second one to say it.
What are you talking about? It's a massive song.
No, because the guy. We don't even know that he was talking about Halliburton. I just made the connection between the two words.
Bro.
I thought he was
absolutely.
He literally said what the Halliburton in the song.
Yes. My street is Burton Street, bro. I could be every time I say Halliburton, I think about Burton and my street, bro. He could be talking about a street he grew up on. Listen, I didn't make the connection. I didn't make the connection. It's me. It's all me. I want my bread, bro.
Coogii is Rob 49.
Give me my 10%. I'm telling you. Listen though, all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. I didn't say it first, but I didn't say it last. But I found another song, Johnny. Another song, and it's even better because it's like church style. And every time I played this for like an hour straight. It's like a minute long, so as you can tell, I repeated it 60 times. But listen to this, guys. I need the Pacers to win so I can dance through the house playing this.
All right.
What the hell?
All right, you're gonna get us claimed.
Nah, this nigga ain't big. No one knows who this nigga is.
Oh man.
But I'm like, bruh, what the hell? I'm like a church song, bro. I play that shit every Sunday. That's why. That's the only reason I want the Pacers to win. So I can play that shit and just go out my street and yell, what the hell, Burton? Because it's on my street. Burton Street, nigga.
That's why he picked it. Everyone, you have the street. If Coogii says
Yeah.
anything that offends you,
Listen.
you can. You're close. You can
If
figure out where he is.
if I say anything that offends you, pull up the 108 Burton Street, Syracuse, New York 13210.
That's
13210. And if you come with any negative vibes, my door will be the last door you ever walk in.
Who's about to get his identity stolen?
My God.
Nah, my social is 625-728-3562. So, nah, I'm just kidding. You think I'd give y'all my social?
No, you just because you
I
said
know-
one too many numbers.
No, I didn't. I know how. I'm a financial
said one
advisor. I know how
extra
long
You said
the
one new.
social
Yeah,
is.
that's what I said.
Nah,
you did it like
it's
you did it like a phone number.
324.
No, but the first the numbers before that were all correct. He just said one extra number.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Listen, but don't call it. It's not my number either. Listen, I'm not worried, bro. Listen, everyone knows I'm not hard to find. Y'all know where I'm at. Pull up and get the fucking smoke.
He's handing out fades.
Either you go with I'm handing out fades, no barber. I don't even know how to cut hair. I'm still handing them out. Listen, pull up, or you can pull up on some positive vibes. We can grill some ribs. You know, make some chitlins,
Some oxtails, some cornbread.
oxtails, some greens, some cornbread.
The Holmgren Thanksgiving.
And you know, if
apparently.
you got some friends, they can pull up too. We have a whole cookout. Look at that. See what I'm saying? It's all about perspective.
Holmgren Thanksgiving.
You can
is
take my
funny.
address. You can take my address and pull up with negative vibes, and you can die, or you can pull up with positive vibes, and we can have a celebration. It's up to y'all.
That could be a fun idea, though. Is if if the Thunder win the the championship, is that like
Have all Thunder
OKC
fans come to
fans
my
should
house.
have. They should have they should have a Holmgren Thanksgiving, like a cookout, and it's a Holmgren Thanksgiving.
It's just
all-
oxtails. Yeah. No,
It's-
well, yeah.
yeah.
Skip the Thunder parade. Come to the party at my house.
if there's an elimination game, I'll make sure I have some oxtails ready to go. If
You gotta,
man.
you gotta eat some
OKC
oxtails.
gets the win.
Chet's gonna have a career high.
I'll tell you
If
what.
you
If
have some
OKC
Just because they're ready to go.
if
Chet
OKC
could drop
wins,
40.
we're gonna all hop on here and try oxtails together. Have you ever
I got
had
it.
them,
Yeah.
John?
No, I haven't actually.
Have you ever had them, Caleb?
They're
Yeah, I
allegedly
know they
amazing.
existed.
Let's
I've-
go. None of
I've
us
heard
have
that
ever
they're
had oxtails. I've
amazing.
heard they're amazing. The only
Yeah.
thing I've heard sometimes, depending on where you get it made, they leave a lot of bone inside, like the bone fragments.
Yeah, there's
and
a
shit.
bone through the
Well,
middle,
no,
but it
I've heard
normally falls
sometimes
right
there's
off the bone.
fragments and shit. Like, and it was a review, but I also know that reviews are really like personal. Like, you ever had like a product that you got and you loved it, and you looked at the reviews after you loved it, and everyone was like, "This product sucks. I got this product, and my mom died."
The next day.
You're like, damn, bro. So I've learned reviews. I'll look at the overall star rating across all of them, and then I'll look at the best, and then the worst, just so I know what I'm gonna get myself into potentially. But like, I understand, like, that review is very personal to how you felt about that product. Like, I could have got that same product, and your shit might just been busted. Like,
You always have to think too the type of person to leave a review.
oh, you're right, 'cause you got them Karens, bro.
Like only lunatics
Oh,
leave reviews. I don't leave
man.
reviews.
That's what I tell my
I don't leave
girlfriend.
good or bad reviews, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't got time
do
for
it.
that. Like, they're not paying me.
Hell no.
They'll be like, yeah, I hate those apps. Like, do you want to leave? They'll be like, are you enjoying this app? And if you click no, they'll be like, leave a review. And if you click yes, they'll be like, leave a review. And I'm like, I don't want to leave a fucking review. I want to do yoga. I want to do yoga. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, game 5, guys. Game 5. What are your guys' predictions? What do you guys think?
I don't know
I
what
think-
to think anymore.
I think that the Thunder are going to assert their dominance, and I think that they're going to take Game 5 in emphatic fashion.
Emphatic.
I think it's
fashion?
going to be 15-point victory.
By the way, the Thunder are 10-0 after a loss since mid-March. I'm not Thunder, Indiana. Pacers 10-0.
No, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't lost 2 in a row in forever. I've seen that.
I'm going with this. What the Halliburton? What the Halliburton? I'm going Pacers, baby.
I think
I'm telling you,
Shea is
Pacers.
just due. He's due for a Jordan-esque
Listen.
performance. He's due for a big
I need something good to
scoring
happen in
title
my
type
life.
performance.
I mean, the Halaban has just absolutely
Bruh,
killed all of my.
That is, first of all, we won't even get into that tonight because we'll be on here forever. But, bruh, they said they were talking about the moment, like Tyrese the moment.
Yeah,
The MVP
Halliburton,
versus the moment.
which
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's a
But then they were
horrible
saying
name.
Halaban, but you can't market Halaban though, bro. Who's
It's
gonna
so
wear it
much
on a T-shirt, bro? Like
A lot of people actually.
You know
can
what?
thank
It's
the
not
New
a
York
great
Knicks for that
thing,
one.
but you're probably right. You're probably
If he didn't beat
right.
the Knicks, he's never the Halaban. But the Halaban had struck New York City.
my
Did you
God,
guys? Did
bro.
you guys see? You know the Oklahoma City bombing? It happened. Oh man,
Yeah.
like when we were really young.
Yeah.
So they were saying like the Halaban caused like the and people were like, all right.
I mean, it
the
started with
thing.
9/11 jokes. That was how
9/11,
it started.
Even
Yeah.
if you
9/11
get
is
people
such a
buying them
mainstream
shirts,
event,
bro, you
it's
might
okay.
get a cease and desist after a minute. Like them niggas would be like, you can't be marketing that, bro. Like,
Look, man.
and he's
I
kind of
think-
light. He's kind of dark. He's kind of light skinned too. So like he's got, he's not white. You can't get away with that, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
But I
you know
mean-
what? I got my faith in Al Shada.
Who the fuck is that?
Al Shada.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god. Nah, when we start giving fucking players terrorist nicknames, we gotta get off.
But yeah, I mean,
We gotta get off.
I think OKC at home. I think they get it done. I don't think they lose twice at home in this series. Not in the 3-game span. So,
You wanna put some bread on it? I'll put an oxtail dinner on it. I'll put an oxtail dinner on it.
I don't need to put
Oxtails,
anything
those
on it.
are oxtails.
Throw some oxtails on it, baby.
I got that future. I got that future saved up from last July. So, and I don't put bets down. So if I put something down, you know it's for real.
Nah, listen. Oh, it's gonna be so tough. I'm trying to figure out the logistics behind it. If the Thunder win this series, you're moving to Chicago, right?
Yes. Yep.
When I come back from Denver in July, my flight will connect to O'Hare, Chicago Airport.
I'm like 35, 40 minutes from there.
So if the Thunder win, when I'm out there in July, I'll stop by and I'll get you an oxtail dinner.
Okay. I was
There
just
we
looking
go.
to have some at Sam's Club. I'll just grab some from Sam's Club. That'll be the move. That's the white version of oxtails, probably.
The white version.
This is just get them from Sam's Club.
No, you gotta go to a Jamaican joint. Fortunately, I live right right near the Caribbean. There's so many people from the
you get them
Caribbean
and it's like
down here.
it's like cowtails.
Cowtails. Yeah, you pull up the candy cowtails.
Yeah.
With salt and pepper.
Of course,
good.
that's a little spicy actually. I
Nah,
don't
salt
know.
and pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Pepper
That's
is a little bit too spicy.
The
I
Hall of
think.
Fame spice of white people. Salt and
Yeah,
pepper.
I think just salt. Honestly, I
Bro,
can't
I
handle
had
that
somebody
spice.
listen. I had a bitch send me a recipe one time. It was for some garlic quesadillas, chicken quesadillas, bro. And this shit said she didn't send me the recipe initially. She just sent me a picture, so I found a recipe for it that I loved. She sent me that shit. Yo, it said salt and pepper. I said, oh hell nah. We ain't putting no fucking just salt and pepper on here. I put paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. I was like, get the fuck
You gotta
up
put
outta
salt
here.
and pepper on everything.
Yeah, but you gotta put everything else
but
too.
You gotta put more things on it than just that. Yeah. Yeah.
We finna be in salt and pepper fucking quesadillas.
Yeah.
Oh lord. But all right, Johnny, you didn't give us your prediction. Caleb,
I did. I
he
said
doesn't-
Thunder. I said Thunder emphatically by 15 plus.
I know. I'm just checking you. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I'm gonna say Thunder, but I'm not.
I love it.
Like I said,
I'm out.
not feeling great. I'm not feeling
What the
great.
hell?
They've killed me.
What the helly Burton? What the heliante? Let's go Pacers in 6. In 6. 2 straight, baby. 2 straight. Now listen, guys. I promised I'd keep it short and sweet. So we're gonna wrap up right now.
Okay.
Y'all get behind that?
I'm good with it.
Absolutely. I gotta get to bed.
I'm sure the people can get behind that too, because now they only got to watch 45 minutes instead of 2 hours in 45 minutes. So, thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach the Podcast. featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Remember, without a couch, you're just a coach. And without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. It's Johnny. It's Caleb. It's Coogii. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon.
Oxtails are on me.
Oxtails on Johnny, baby. Anyone that comments, every comment gets an oxtail dinner on Johnny with greens and a piece of cornbread.
With greens and cornbread.
The whole works.
The Holmgren Thanksgiving.